Yeah,
That's correct.
Finally.
Yeah.
Our unofficial official account.
Can we talk about the elephant in the room? What happened to our live last week, Lou?
I think we had some technical difficulties.
Oh, did they get back to you?
They did.
Was it something vague? Like scripted?
They said they had to pull some log files and check the flux capacitor and put it up under the car lift and look under the hood, and I don't think they really responded afterwards because they said
they would have to research for a few days or something like that.
Yeah, they said they were gonna I don't know if they were contacting YouTube, but the issue was when we went live, as it usually happens, the video shows up on the live tab on YouTube. We know we were live because we saw the feed, and sure enough, we're also live on Twitch, and the video is on Twitch, on our Twitch account, and it's nowhere to be found in the live tab. So we opened up a case. They said for the time being, just take the video, upload it manually. So it's showing up on the regular videos tab on our channel. It's unfortunately not in the live. With my OCD and ADHD, it's bugging me that it's not there because now we're going to have a skip from 13 to 15. Assuming we don't have the same problem with this one too. But I'm going to blame this on Miguel.
What?
Yeah. All of that horny robo-sex talk of his.
First of all,
is probably banned. They're like, no, we can't let this go.
I'm a freedom fighter.
I'm a freedom fighter.
He makes love. He makes love, not war.
I'm not going to use the word. Because probably can lose our stream again.
Yeah.
You guys are robot. That's all I'm saying.
Roro?
You can say violators, right?
Yeah.
We got a little too deep in that conversation about robot sex last week. That was a little crazy. Speaking of which, stay tuned on the channel because I'm gonna clip that, make its own video, and upload it.
Let's not.
It is. I actually. So I'm gonna have a confession here. I actually called Lewis. I believe
you got a robot.
Yeah, I actually bought one.
Yes.
It's really happy.
So
I was telling Lewis, I was like, Lewis, you know what I started doing? When he re-uploaded it, I sat there and I watched it again. And I kid you not, bro, I fucking laughed my ass off because I was seeing my face and I wasn't realizing I was saying the whole time, what the fuck? And then I was looking at Lewis's face, and Lewis's face were like, is this really happening? Like, what are we doing here? And then I was like, Lewis, you gotta cut this because I think just that. I mean, it was literally legit. So like, I want to make sure everyone to know that this wasn't
Dave.
Hey, what's up, Dave? This wasn't something that was made up. This was not something that like
that wasn't even scripted. So
that's scripted.
No. There was no scripting there.
No. I'm just trying to say because I saw it and I probably saw it twice, and I was like. It felt so like.
So you're the.
Let's stop sucking our own dick. I can't watch.
You're the two
viewers. I don't know how you guys watch yourselves. I fucking cringe too much. I cannot listen to my own voice. I want to throw up. I don't know people listen to this.
You never beat off in the shower before looking in the mirror?
Looking at myself, I can do. Listening to myself, unbearable.
David's like, what the fuck I walked into? David look at his face. It's like a million. He's like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know it. It's like.
Why do I do this to myself? Why am I here?
I'm always like, who can listen to this annoying ass fucking voice and take me seriously? It's horrible.
I was like, man, it really went off, and then the whole time, Dave's tried to like steer you back on course of like.
All right, first of all, since we're going this way, they're rehashing Dave. They're rehashing the robot.
I'll
put it that way.
But I blamed Miguel. We got on the subject of we're telling the audience why are we missing episode 14 in the live tab, right? It's not on the website. I had to manually upload it because there was some kind of snafu at the organization we're using to do these podcasts live, and there's an open ticket with them, so that's a whole other conversation. But at the end, I said, you know what? It's Miguel's fault because of all that robot sex talk. It was definitely his fault, 100%.
You guys were the robot sex people. Anyway.
What?
You went in
Well,
depth.
So, Dave-
it was a subject that I brought up.
Right.
but it-
Yes.
But it was, I understood your subject, and then I was like, oh, okay. So each one has the right to kind of say, hey, I'm filling this out. Like, if what happens if this is true, this is happening. And
Anyway,
I was,
what I wanna-
was,
what I wanna
was
get-
going, hold on. When I was going through it, but I was looking at your face. Oh man, this kid's naked. I was looking at your face, and I was looking at Lewis's face the whole time, noticing like every time we were talking, they were just looking at you, and then the whole time Dave was saying, "Dude, just let's bring it back, right?
It's gone
Let's
too
bring
far.
it back.
It's
It's a
too
robot.
far.
Let's
It's a
not.
robot."
So I heard this conversation continued off camera at the friends gathering that I missed. And who sided with me? What was it? Dave? Who sided with me? Who agreed with my position?
well, almost anybody, but I was, for the most part, with you, minus the
Yes, I know. But who's at your table, at the table, at the dinner? Who also agreed?
Oh, my girl, Brandy.
Yes, the woman agreed with me. Unsurprisingly, where the Neanderthals, the Neanderthals here, who didn't understand anything about, rights of, minorities, even though they are minorities, still
Dude,
didn't
we're
get
we're-
my
we're
point.
we're still talking about an object that man created, right?
Robots After Dark.
You're an
Pro-
object that man created. I hate to break it
Property.
to you.
Right.
So
But I
There's not a lot
wasn't. I wasn't a part of an assembly line. I was.
That's not what your mom said.
Ooh. I'm not gonna even say anything because that's pretty good. I'm gonna leave it like that.
If you was here, he'd be like, "Oh, that was weak."
That was good. That was
That was good. I'm not gonna even say anything because that was good.
Yeah,
I mean, he made us all speechless. I mean, what do you,
Yeah, I'll-
absolute silence.
how do you come back from that?
You can't. That's why I'm saying like I
You need
can't
some,
say
you
anything.
need some
about it.
aloe for that one.
I think I need more than that.
Why is that
Oh
so
my
close to your desk, Lewis?
It's hand sanitizer, you fucking pervert. That's hand sanitizer.
You dirty
Okay.
dick
Well,
motherfucker.
that's because he likes it spicy. That's all I'm saying.
Dude, you jerking off with this, like you got some serious issues. Like that would burn.
Oh my god. All right. So anyway,
Woman created, chat says.
what? Yeah.
You're being corrected. Woman created man. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, I meant.
Or
general
was
man.
it?
Am I-
Or
Well,
was it? Or was
man
it
cre-
that man create? The woman came from the man's rib, right? That's what the scriptures say.
The rib.
I really.
How is that healthy?
We are not going down that fucking path.
No.
We are
What
not-
is-
and none
what
of us
is
here
that
believe
huffing and
that.
puffing?
Miguel's gonna be like, God created man. What are you talking about?
I'm not
So-
gonna. Why would I say that? I would never say that.
I
'Cause
know
you're
I was a
very
little bit
religious.
late.
Yeah.
I know I was a little bit late, but we had to do our beer review.
Oh,
I
I
know Miguel
forgot.
did already.
I didn't do any review because I was waiting for you.
Not that you forgot it all. All right.
No, I was waiting.
So today, my beer of choice is Southern Tier,
You're not.
Citrafog.
Citrafog?
Get it more on
What did you
camera. I
say?
couldn't even see the label.
CI or CE?
Oh, Citrafog.
CI,
Yeah.
Citrafog.
Citrafog. My second time having it. Very.
You tried it
It's like
last
a
week.
No, I didn't have this last week. I Sour Monkey I had last week.
Oh yeah.
Very juicy flavored, like one of the juicy IPAs. Very flavorful. Southern Tier is a pretty good
New York
brewery.
brewery.
Yes,
New
New York
York.
brewery. Yeah, it's
New
a
York.
New York brewery. New York
And
brewery,
Pennsylvania
brewery.
too. They have another place too.
Yeah, but it's Southern Tier because it's Southern Tier of New York. Pretty tasty. Actually, the first time I had Southern Tier, and I was a fan because we also had it at the very first beer fest that we went to. They had
The one that
chocolate.
Lewis fell. Was
Yeah,
it that one?
it was
Oh.
when Lewis passed out. The very first Southern Tier beer I had, which I have not seen since. I'm not saying it's impossible to find, but I know like the first couple years after that I looked for it. I can't remember finding it. Was their blueberry ale? Was freaking delicious. It
I
was
feel
like
like I
probably
only drink their dessert beers for the most part.
the Southern Tier.
In Southern Tier, I love their dessert beers. That's what I usually get. Like they have the.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
I could be wrong. I think when we were at the Brew Fest, I think actually me and Miguel tried the Girl Scout cook, Thin Mint, I think
Yeah.
was a Southern Tier beer.
That shit was good.
Yeah.
They have creme brulee. Oh,
I'm really
amazing.
bad at remembering half the shit I drank there, which is
I wonder why.
sad. I
Well, I
wonder.
mean,
Well,
When
it's
I spent-
you spend most of the time on the floor.
because you fell into a
Go
coma
home,
there.
I
So-
went there to party. That's it.
So I'm assuming this was Miguel that put this.
Jesus Christ.
the
I did not put
fuck?
the first topic, by the way.
No.
Fuck?
I was looking at the one that says a 3-year-old's birthday at a brewery. So
Yeah.
does this happen there when you were there?
Excuse me. That is not how you fucking set up a topic. I would have fucking boot you from this podcast right now.
Oh, here
First
we
of
go.
all, I have to
Here we
review
go.
my beer, and that would have been a good segue into the fucking topic, not this ham-fisted shit you just did.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
He likes being fisted, though.
just like getting to the
He likes
point.
ham too. Jesus Christ. Anyway, Smoke Tells. I don't know who it's from. I'm not. I don't even want to do it anymore.
From
it's
hell.
good. It's good.
See,
So,
you
anyway.
fucked it up.
No, Miguel. No,
you gotta go
stick
back,
to it.
Miguel.
Go
You gotta
do it.
stick to it.
Von Trapp Brewing, Smoke Tells, Hamburg style pale lager. It's
I gotta buy more beer now.
it's really mediocre. Tastes fine.
It's just fine.
It's whatever. It's good. It's good.
Well, how
beer.
many percent? How many percentage is it?
Jesus Christ, 4.7. So
Is it an IPA?
no, it's a lager.
Thumbs down by
Tells-
Dave.
Tells lager.
What is that one, Dave?
Probably 7.5. I bet.
He's a fucking alky.
This guy's
Just-
eating and
he doesn't
drinking.
even know it. He doesn't even know what
Motherfucker.
it is.
It's
Uh-oh.
beerless.
6. All right, that's
6.
pretty weak.
So, Miguel, when is your time? You're gonna get up to get your popcorn.
No, I'm good. So anyway, when you guys were over there having your secondary robot debate, I was going to a brewery up in Waldwick, New Jersey. And I get there, my group, and we see balloons at a table. Now this brewery is in a parking lot, right? It's just in a normal like a shop, like a strip mall. All right. There's tables set up outside too with old guys playing music. Normal brewery setup. No games, no nothing, just drinking. We see birthday balloons and we see the number 3. And we're like, this can't be correct. We must be missing a 0, a 1, any other number
This
other
is a
than
brewery we're talking about.
a brewery.
Okay.
Okay. Not a restaurant. They don't serve food. They don't make custom sodas. 3-year-old birthday party at a brewery that has no activities for children. Little kids running around these metal chairs, all adults just getting drunk, and a 3-year-old's having a birthday party at a brewery. Do they not know what a fucking Chuck E. Cheese is?
There's no alcohol
Alright,
at a Chuck E.
alright, alright.
Cheese.
So, my very first question, and I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, is what flavor of human being was this?
It was white people.
Yeah, absolutely. That's some white freaking trash fucking shit. That's like having a freaking wedding at a White Castle.
Or a Walmart. It's better at a Walmart. It's easier for the returns.
A wedding at a White Castle. Everyone gets a
White
crave
Castle?
case.
A wedding
You
at
gotta-
a White Castle makes more sense than a 3-year-old birthday party at a brewery.
That is,
That, by the way, I was like, it's in a parking lot. It's not like, okay, I understand. I've been to Harpoon Brewery in New Hampshire. Beautiful scenery outside. There's a ton of grass to play. You play cornhole. You can play games. I understand. A beautiful outdoors for kids. This is in a parking lot, and just little kids and babies with
So-
nothing to do.
So, I'm assuming the kids were running around. Like,
That
were
sounds
the,
like
Yeah.
an adult party.
So was
That's not a
anyone
kid's party.
chasing them, or they just were letting them?
Dude,
The big
these,
one was
these
watching the
adults
little one.
were all drinking. I did not see
Oh.
anybody abstaining. They were all drinking.
So no,
Nobody abstaining.
I didn't see anybody abstaining.
So
I see
the
Fathers,
a guy
fathers,
drunk.
mothers were all getting crunk.
I saw a mother with like the papoose baby on the papoose with a fucking like beer resting on the kid's head. This
No,
shit
you,
was just,
no, you didn't. Oh my.
Okay, so
I
that's
mean, might as well have
extra
been.
white trash.
Might as well
Okay.
have been.
Wow.
But so I was trying to think like
You didn't take any
What
video of this for the podcast?
I don't want to record a bunch of little kids in a brewery.
We
like,
can blur out their
feels like a real
faces.
occasion.
I get it. I get it.
Then on their podcast,
yeah.
you're like, look at this white creep videotaping all these kids.
Look at this guy videoing us at a brewery.
what are you doing? These are kids. Why you trying
We're
to
trying
film
to
them?
celebrate our kid's birthday. What's the matter with you, you pervert?
Why are you filming them? What are you?
So we were trying to
do?
think like, how did this
man.
decision happen? To decide, 3 years old, right?
They're like, where can we have his birthday party and drink?
And by the way, this wasn't just like this kid and his parents and having a cake. This was a full birthday party with multiple kids. So how do you like? Let's say I said to you guys, you know, I have an imaginary kid turning 3 years old. What do you guys think if we go to a brewery and you also bring all your kids to the brewery, and there's no games and nothing to do for the kids?
How much is a ticket?
There's no price, obviously, you just pay for your beers. But like none of their friends say that seems like a horrible idea. Why would we do that?
Was there anything adjacent to the brewery? So like, for instance, I'm not saying this is what happened, right? Like, so if you send me an invite, like, hey, I'm having a birthday party for my 3-year-olds at a Chuck E. Cheese, but for all the guys, guess what? There's a brewery right next door. Was it something like that? Was there something next door to the brewery or in the same strip mall?
No.
And
The
you
only
just
thing I
happened to
think of
catch
was-
them like while they were just like getting the cake at the brewery or something like that?
No, the only thing I could think of is like maybe they expected like it was gonna rain, right? So maybe the rain blew out their plans. But I'm like, but the brewery is your next option. There's tons of indoor locations for kids' parties.
Yeah, but
The-
you had to
you have to specifically
you
choose
had to
the
like
brewery.
reserve, right? Like, hey, you
No,
had
the
it at a
cake was
Chuck E.
behind the
Cheese. Like,
counter.
you had to reserve
Yeah.
like how far in advance,
Mhm.
right?
The
No,
cake
I
was
mean,
behind
just
the bar counter.
all you have to do is just go on the website, and then on the website it'll be like, oh, these are the dates available.
Yeah,
And
but
you
you
say
can't
X
do
amount
you
of
can't do
people.
day of.
No, I mean, unless no, you can't.
Right.
It's like, I think
Yeah.
they need like 24 to 48 hours or something
Yeah,
like
because
that.
they got to get the soda and the cake and all the stuff for it. They don't just always
Okay.
have all that stuff there.
I just can't imagine any way that becomes your backup plan. Like anybody's backyard, any random park. Like you have to deliberately choose a brewery for a 3-year-old's birthday party. Like what kind of fucking idiot does that?
How old
I
did the
want to
parents
know
look?
who. What?
The parents had to be young. Had to be.
Yeah, well, they were in like their 30s, 40s, whatever. Like
Really? I'm over here thinking like teenage. Well, not teenage. Like 20,
Like
No,
20,
21.
early
Like
20s.
21. Like they just became
Absolutely
legal
not.
to drink.
So
absolutely not. 30s,
so
40s.
where is this located? Obviously, was it like
Gear Block Brewing in Waldwick, New Jersey.
He's asking for research purposes.
yeah?
Go look at this shitty parking lot this place is in.
You said Gear Block?
Gear Block.
Gearblock Brewery.
And I was just like, I want to hear the other side because what am I missing? Maybe you guys have something that you would think this is cool. Like, listen, I'm not saying like, I'm appalled. This is an offense. I'm just saying like,
I
this
get
seems
what you
stupid.
mean, but it's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't have kids,
Like
Right.
so I was actually really annoyed.
there's no benefit to the kids going, bro. Like the whole thing for birthday party one,
Mm.
for us parents is to wear the hell out so that night
Yeah.
they sleep and you're freaking relaxing.
Oh, maybe
After
they're
all
getting the
the
kids drunk, so they will pass out.
So I'm trying to
No.
see on the website, do they have like private events?
Bro, there's no room for a private event. They were just mixed in with everybody else.
No,
There's
you
no
actually
room for a private event.
You actually could put it in for private events.
Okay, well, that shit wasn't private because they were annoying as fuck.
Man,
Annoying. Little kids.
yeah,
just,
I'm looking at the website now, and I'm looking at the pictures here. Yeah, that makes no fucking sense what they did that.
it's not even like I understand some breweries are more family friendly. You can play cornhole outside. You can play like they're big and they're outdoors. This is in a strip mall, in a parking lot. It's
So-
not kid friendly.
So Google Street View.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing there was a place there called the Gagasphere.
I have no idea.
Again, the picture that it's showing on Google is sure enough showing Gearblock Brewing, but the street view, it does say space for rent in the window, but there's a sign on the top. Instead of it saying Gearblock Brewing, it says the Gagasphere.
I mean,
So,
who knows when that picture was taken, so.
Who's gagging what?
Google
Oh my
Gaga.
God, hold
I
on.
don't know.
Oh my
Gaga-
god!
the
On the
Gagasphere.
website, I see the balloon. Was it black and gray?
I don't know. It just was a number 3.
Yes, it's on the freaking. Hold on, let me share
You
this.
guys-
What
So,
the? Yo,
the-
hold on. Let me.
The
remove some
Gagasphere
shit.
says Gaga birthday parties with the Gagasphere. Bring Gaga to your next birthday party, barbecue, school event, or field day. So
That
the
doesn't sound like
place,
they host.
The place that used to be there was a birthday party event place. So
Oh, they forgot to tell them they changed to a brewery. Come on, this is not what happened.
No, that
maybe
mistake
it's the
doesn't
owners.
happen.
Maybe one of the owners owned the place. I don't know.
Was it this?
What the fuck?
I don't know. When is that pictured from?
They're celebrating 3 awesome years with the best.
So maybe that
Wait,
was you looking at?
No,
So when was this picture taken?
Oh, was it?
Oh,
no, it was a birthday party. There was birthday
5 days
cake.
ago. 5 days ago.
So the Gagasphere is showing on a November 2020 picture. That was 5 years ago, almost 4.5
Well,
years ago.
Okay.
this one right here is 5 days ago. So 5 days ago.
Oh my God, was this not a birthday party? It was a
It was their
celebration?
3-year anniversary.
3-year anniversary. So the kids were that was just the kids that had to show up there.
But there
So
was
you-
cake. There was birthday cake.
Well,
No,
they're
it might have
probably
been
celebrating.
celebration cake. Well, yeah, it's their birthday. It's Gearbox.
Yeah,
Gearblock's birthday.
yeah. I was thinking about that. Like who? Like
So he completely misunderstood the situation that was going on.
he had no clue what the fuck he was doing.
This is
He's
brewery.
like, yo, someone's birthday at a brewery. I'm like, what?
Bro,
I don't.
it was a birthday. I don't care what this fucking thing says.
It was.
shit
It
was
was.
a
It was Gearblock's
So-
birthday.
So did you physically see someone sing "Happy Birthday" to
No.
a kid? Then it wasn't a birthday. Then
It was an anniversary being celebrated as a birthday, and the kids were just there because they were all celebrating, so they all brought their
Well,
families.
the website has a copyright date of 2023.
It says 3
Well,
years.
the website, but doesn't mean.
the
Yeah,
Instagram,
yeah,
the Instagram feed was basically.
How do you not
But that-
remember the balloon? Like that was not the balloon. Like you can't
He was-
remember.
he was
what
part
balloon?
trash.
I don't remember because the
He was
balloon was
pretty
inside.
He was
When I saw the
drunk.
picture, the
He
balloon
was
was
drunk.
inside. It wasn't inside.
He didn't go there to observe anything. He was there to drink, and he saw these kids. He's like, why is there kids here?
I saw a
get it.
million
I
kids.
get. No, I get what you're
Yeah.
saying because I would have been like, what the fuck, bro? Like the reason why we go to a brewery is so that we don't fucking see kids.
He was,
And
he
then
was
we
probably
sit there and we
grumpy,
drink.
grumpy old man in the corner drinking, all drunk, and she's like, "Why are these kids here? Get the fuck out of here!"
No, I wasn't the only one. I heard a lot of people like, "What the fuck?"
All right, so we have context to the story. It was their
We'll
3-year
see. I'm gonna do more
anniversary.
research. I think it was a birthday party.
You're gonna do more research.
He's gonna settle with that shit.
He's gonna die in that hill. He's sticking to that. Story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my whole fucking
Sounds,
rant.
it sounds better, right? It's like his rant went out the window after that.
You completely fucked his story into oblivion after that. That was it.
Thanks for doing the research, Ed. You fucking nerd. The fuck?
Fact checker. Ed's the fact checker.
Who's gonna fact check the fact checker?
You know, I gave you a big opportunity coming on this podcast. And you tell me I'm wrong.
What? Big opportunity?
Gave you a big
All right,
opportunity.
so chat says the problem still remains. Why were there so many kids? How many
That's
kids
what
did you say? Oh wait, hold on. Let's get some context.
least 10.
How many? At least
At
10
least 10.
kids.
At least
How
10
many?
kids.
That's
How many
absurd.
adults? How many adults were there?
Probably packed.
Yeah, it was packed.
Saturday,
It was
it was
like
a nice day.
taken. It was
It
pretty
wasn't that
busy.
bad.
Yeah.
Remember in the afternoon, it stopped raining, so it was pretty.
That's
pretty
true.
decent.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm guessing if that's everybody there and it's all their families, they probably just brought all the kids as part of the party, the anniversary party. I don't know.
Well,
I bet
guess
you
what?
those
It
are
was-
people that
Thumbs
go
down
there
to
all the
Gearbox.
time.
It's probably definitely employees like bringing their kids. It was probably like a.
It's
company
probably
event.
the owners. It's probably the employees. They probably said, "Oh, bring all your family," and it's probably free food and everything for everybody. So like, hey,
Right.
free food for the kids, free food for the adults, and look, we can drink.
Yeah, but
There
still,
was no free
I
food. It
agree.
was just free cake, by the way. FYI.
Oh, did he
Oh,
have
they're
any?
paying.
Right. Were you there from the beginning? You might have missed the free food. All right.
You probably
Listen,
you missed the
There
buffet.
was no remnants of free food, and there's a food truck there too. So, and that was not free, and it was expensive. It was Luke's Lobster food truck.
Free for who though?
Hold on. Did you have the cake?
No, I didn't have the cake. I didn't think it was. I didn't think I could have the cake. I thought it was fucking a birthday party. I'm not gonna ask for cake. If I had known it was for the gear block, I would have had
This is
it.
this is Uncle
The
Miguel.
hell?
Imagine he crashes the party for a 3-year-old birthday.
Oh my god! He's like,
Well,
who
but
the hell is
this-
this? He's like, who's this?
Actually, what
his
I was
gift?
really jealous was there was 3 guys at a table, and they had like the Costco-sized tray of fucking pretzel bites. I'm like, you really need all those? Can I get some fucking pretzel bites?
Oh,
Jesus
man.
Christ!
You,
It was
you want-
enormous.
You
The
want to know
answer
how
is
you
no.
get free food? This is how you get free food. Just walk
Steal
in
it.
there. No. Walk in there and just say, "Hi, this is the health inspector from the county. I'm just here to inspect things."
This is a brewery. They don't have food.
There's a food truck
Brewery.
there.
The food truck is separate. It's a separate business. Anyway,
Okay.
But was the
it was a
food
birthday party.
was
I
the
don't care what
food
that
truck?
says.
But was the
Fake
food
news.
truck park there for all the people that were there?
Well,
Because
they
you
always
can,
have food trucks parked outside of breweries.
Food truck
You-
will still freaking.
you can
serve
rent
anybody.
them. Yeah, but you can rent them. That's what I'm saying.
No, but I think that usually most breweries, because they can't serve their own food, have agreements with food trucks like, hey, come this day, you can generate
Yep.
business, and people don't have to leave. They don't leave to go eat somewhere. They stay here, drink, and eat. Symbiotic relationship, you know?
Just curious because they could have been like hired as caterers or whatever by the owners. I don't know.
Well, they were charging for the food, so I don't think so. All I'm saying. And it was
Was it good? Was it worth the money?
I didn't order it.
Oh, I thought you ate the food.
I left and got pizza.
Pizza and beer. That's
Pizza
Heartburn
beer.
City.
Hell yeah.
You fucking old fucks.
I need
Yeah.
a Tums just thinking about that. Jesus Christ.
It was good pizza too. It was like that really thin bar pie style pizza.
Ooh.
It's like
Yeah.
Star Tavern.
Star Tavern.
Like the floppy kind,
yes, it's
floppy pizza.
Similar.
Yeah,
What's
we,
that?
We had to go there one day again.
I love Star Tavern.
We gotta go eat
It's always on
there.
my list. All right. So I have another story for you guys.
Okay.
This is just a short story, but my dad is an immigrant,
Mhm.
much like many of our parents. And he's been living here many years, but he's kind of not political. And he kind of just like doesn't take the whole Trump thing seriously. He doesn't even vote, doesn't care. But he's got a MAGA second wife and MAGA all step family, even though they're all immigrants, came from freaking Ecuador, they're the family that's like, even though I came here illegally, I'm one of the good ones. The rest of the illegals that come, you got to kick them out. Like, just cut the door off behind me. Me, I'm good. The rest suck. So, my dad has a house in Spain. He's been talking for years about he has to sell his house in Spain. He has to sell his house in Spain. He's worried about squatters. He has to pay the landscapers or the mowers so the house doesn't get overgrown to take care of it. Blah 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 blah. I got to sell my house. So he's talking to my sister the other day, and me and my sister have had so many fights with my dad about politics at every dinner that we don't even want to talk to him. And he tells my sister, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't sell the house now, Trump, And it was like such a fucking happy, like, you fucking see? You fucking understand now? Now you fucking finally realize?
Well,
Now all of a sudden he's like, yeah, maybe I gotta keep that house. I might need it soon. I'm like,
so-
yeah,
so-
Ramon. You need
yeah.
your fucking house. You don't even speak English barely. They're gonna fucking throw you out of here so fast.
You're gonna go to El Salvador.
Seriously. No, my house in Spain, please.
So
You guys.
the funny thing about just adding to that, so I have a family member which I shared with you guys that is a MAGA supporter, right? And this is not it's not politics. We don't try to do it.
No, this is exactly politics.
Well, no, we're not. No. I'm just trying to say we're not going to go to rabbit hole with that. But I just wanted to share the story.
We know they're dumb. We don't have
Is-
to discuss it.
So the whole thing is right. Where she works is her job. Their supplier is China. So before all this happened with the tariffs, she started saying like how great the country's going to be, how much more money we're going to have. We're going to make this country great again. And I'm like, awesome. That is great for you to feel that way. Fast forward it, what is it, over 100 days that my man was in power? They laid off 10 people because now the tariffs are 145% coming from China. And the activities that my cousin was going to have and host next month are canceled because her certainty of having a job is now at risk. And my brother and I, we sat there. I called him right away like a little bitch, like chimiando. I'm like, yo, did you see this shit? And he's like, man, I want to say something. I'm like, dude, I want to say something so bad.
Do it.
But then I was like, you know what? I don't want to say anything because I just didn't feel like getting to that conversation. But I did do this, right? So my other cousin chimed in, is like, oh my God, I'm so sorry this is happening, right? Right?
I would just
This
put,
was like,
ha. That would have been my message. Ha.
right?
Done.
So then she's like, and then she replied back, oh my God, you better buy all your Christmas presents now because everything's be so much expensive, this and that, blah, blah. And then my cousin says, well, I guess it would be like gift cards / clothes. And then I turned around, all our clothes are made in China. And then she's like, oh, damn it. I was like, but that was like the little gif, but I was more at her. I'm like, Yeah, dude. Like, what do you expect was gonna happen? Like, this is like, think about it. Amazon took a hit because they were gonna say this costs because of the tariffs. This country doesn't want people to know why the prices are going up. Like Xbox, right? If you saw it today when I posted it earlier,
I was just about to say that.
Xbox is a. You think about this, right? So every time a new generation comes out of consoles come out, they're expected to be a certain price. But you're
That
talking
never
about
changes.
a 4-year-old console. Now it's going to cost.
Is it more than 4? I think, right? It's more than
No,
4
no,
years old.
it came out
Yeah.
20. Well, it's going to be 20. This is 5 years old now. It's going to be 5 years old.
Yeah.
The consoles that cost $500 at the time now $600. Now
Since when consoles? That's unprecedented.
It's going
The console,
up.
at the end of its life cycle. Gets a price increase, and then the worst part that made me sick was Microsoft, because these corporations are so pathetic and scared of fucking Trump. They're like, oh, what's the reason the price
the
went up?
wording, yeah, the wording.
Oh,
Oh, let's
market
find the wording.
conditions.
The war
Yes,
tariff,
yes,
yeah, the
yes.
war
Oh,
tariff is nowhere to be
there's
found.
Such pussies. They don't want to use the word tariff because they're gonna hurt the fucking snowflake feelings. These tough guys. If the tariffs are so good, say it. Hey, it's tariffs.
So
Got to be done.
did you guys see that during that news release? It's not just the console price going up
Oh, it's the games,
Games
too.
too.
Yeah, games.
from
Yeah.
70 to 80.
Well, that's an excuse. That's an excuse to
That's
raise
an
game
excuse.
prices.
That,
Yeah.
yeah, that was an excuse. Well, we saw it happening. Nintendo was the first one that said our
Yeah.
game's going to be $80. So people were saying,
Yeah.
you know what, fuck it. It's $80.
Let's just start pirating again.
Absolutely.
Those were the days.
We don't do that though. We pay for all our media we consume.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, sure.
Back in high school and college, we were pirating everything.
Ah, the Napster
It's
days.
not as easy.
LimeWire.
Napster, LimeWire, BearShare, WinMX. There's so many back in the days. It was
Trying to
you
find-
know, it was like playing Russian roulette though. Am I downloading an MP3 or a virus? I can't tell. Let's find out.
Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
man, I got to reinstall Windows.
And they'd seed bad files.
You can walk downtown Newark and just freaking with $50 and come home with a Dreamcast and like 50 games.
Exactly. Oh, so you know who else is raising the rates too? GameFly.
GameFly still
Oh.
exists.
Yeah.
Who the fuck has
It's still
GameFly?
around?
I thought they didn't
GameFly?
exist.
Netflix didn't buy them
What
out.
is this?
Yeah, no, they still exist.
GameFly.
GameFly.
So apparently, right? So if you want to do the disc plan, right, for one game or movie, apparently you can still rent movies. Is $20 a month. If you want a 2-disc plan, it is $27.95 a month.
I'll just go to my local Blockbuster. GameFly? What are you talking
Blockbuster.
about? Seriously.
Dude, I looked at this when I saw this come. I forgot to post it to you guys. I was like, this thing's still alive? I thought this was like over with. Like, who
That can't be
does
real.
this?
I
No,
used
it's
to have
real.
a subscription to GameFly. I used to.
Yeah, used to.
So is Sony going to be next?
That's what they're saying, right? So
They
Oh,
already
Sony's would love
they
to.
raised it in Europe already.
Yeah, they raised it
Right.
because of us to subsidize
Yeah.
our prices.
So Sony, apparently Sony, what's gonna happen is Sony's gonna have an event this month, and they're gonna probably announce their changes. But I'm pretty sure they've probably flooded the market already with the PlayStation, and now because Xbox, they imported it before the tariffs came in.
Oh, yeah. But it's still the old system.
Well, right, it's still the same system, but they can still sell it for the basically. What's gonna happen is if you're a kid and you want to get an Xbox, it's $600, or you're gonna pay that $350 or $400 for that PlayStation. And once that stock depletes, then you're gonna see a price increase.
Yeah, time to put back on that pirate hat. This shit is crazy. No way am I paying those prices.
So-
$80 for a game? Fuck out of here.
Oh,
Fuck out of here.
you know,
$30 for a cosmetic.
Call of Duty, what is it, the deluxe edition or whatever? That's gonna be like 110, 120 after that.
Oh,
It used to be
and
100.
think about. I think we talked about this, Miguel. Grand Theft Auto 6, right? We talked about it. You know that's gonna be $100 game.
We
Not
did.
for me. Not
No,
for me.
I'm saying that. It's
So
going
Yeah,
to
no, I
be.
know.
The other podcast I listened to, they've been talking about GTA.
You
They're-
cheated on us?
I listened to, not that I'm a
Wow.
member of.
You only listen to us.
No, shut up.
He's cheating on us. Look at this fucking guy.
Here's the thing. Grand Theft Auto is going to be $100 game. That's going to be a given at this point in time. But,
Listen,
like,
that's just a speculation. That's not officially announced.
It'll be 80.
I mean, okay. Even if it's 80, there is going to be $100 version
Mm.
of
Of
Grand Theft
course.
Auto, without a
Yeah,
doubt.
that's not new.
And a majority of people are going to buy that. But Grand Theft Auto is a freaking force of its own, right? When it comes to games, right? It has a long shelf life. So $100, but you're playing that game for
This
a
is what I
long
said when we
time.
Yeah,
talked
but
about this.
that's BS because you say that, but the people who play it for a long time are also spending a ton of money on like
Online.
shark cards. They're
Yeah.
still paying. They're paying one price and paying for 10 years. They're paying and paying and paying.
But you don't have to
Yeah,
do
but
that.
like
You can still pay the $80, $70 and still play it.
none of us are really shark card buyers, right? But like, let's say
No, we have to have you
I-
lawyers or something like that.
I would probably I'm Yoel and Fredo.
Oh my god. They call them the whales.
Definitely whales because of their size, not because they're wallets.
Oh, okay.
I would probably buy the $100. Well, depending on what it comes with, right?
But I only play single player GTA, so I don't care about the online experience. So like
I mean, it
I
has
always
a,
wait.
it always had a fantastic like single player story though.
yeah, but I hear
Yeah,
this
but
version's woke.
even that story, is it woke?
No,
Guaranteed.
I mean, it's always been. First of all, GTA has always been like woke stories,
Yeah.
anti-capitalism. Like it's never been whatever. It doesn't matter. The problem is it's because there's a woman character now, so now it's woke. There's a
Yeah.
woman lead character, so it's woke.
Well, there was a. No, I don't think the character was gay, but there was that Ballad of Gay Tony, right?
Yeah,
It was
but
like a woke
Trevor,
expansion or something
Trevor,
like that.
whatever was bi in the last one. The white trash
was
guy,
he?
he was. Yeah, he was
I
bi.
I
Yeah,
Wait, the hillbilly?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why didn't what?
Lewis is immensely interested right now.
I'm like, what?
He's downloading it right
He
now.
was. He
No, I
actually
don't.
was.
I don't remember that in the storyline. Or maybe did I never?
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't finish it.
You may not
I
remember
def-
it, because-
I
but it was, he
didn't
definitely
finish it.
like he was just like anything with a hole. He was into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
But it's okay because he's
Interesting.
crazy. You know, he's a guy. It's okay.
So
Anyway.
so just also I don't know if I actually didn't even realize this, and I know we're not a big fan of this anyway, but Fortnite actually is coming back on ISO now next week.
iOS.
Yeah, I
iOS.
saw. I saw.
I was looking at something
I
else.
was like,
Pirating
so
Fortnite?
yeah, we're really
but
bootlegging.
you know what I'm
Is it
talking
still
about?
free?
You know what I'm talking about? ISO, right, Lewis?
Yeah, I thought, well, there's a crack like for a free game. Like what the?
I was looking at you when I said that. I was looking at you because we were talking about pirate. I was like, yeah, the ISO file's coming on. On iOS, yeah. So now Fortnite's coming back. I don't really care, but I think it's gonna be the kids are gonna be happy. Apple really no longer could charge them or take any of their money that people pay to them directly.
Well, you might want to hold that thought. I mean, Apple did come out today and say tariffs are going to cost them at least like $1 billion this quarter. So
So who cares?
Doesn't
Yeah.
cost them. Cost
Yeah.
us.
It
Doesn't
costs
cost them.
Yeah. So that narrative of
for them,
like
they say it costs
Yeah.
them.
yeah. So I want to make sure we get that clear. When we say tariffs, it's just extra tax that we're paying. That's all it is.
Yes,
It is taxes.
No, I know it is.
Yeah.
But is to educate the people that are seeing this.
It's tax paid to the U.S. government for the import on the
Yeah.
importer.
Yeah. So
Which
when you
they
buy
say
this,
will take away our income tax, but I haven't seen
But
that happen.
it's a wash. Like
Yeah.
there's-
When-
yeah,
when you-
you're
when
going to
you buy-
save one and then you're going to spend more. So
when you
there's-
buy this object,
Yeah.
after you pay federal and state taxes, you're gonna pay another tax on top of it that you don't see any return from it.
So you'll pay that, and you'll pay sales tax, and you'll pay the tariff. But the thing is, they're like, oh, but you won't pay income tax. And I'm like, tariffs are inherently way more regressive taxes. That means the rich get away with paying much less taxes because now we're getting extra tax on all our goods. So you'll end up paying more in taxes, but,
Yeah.
go America.
And then the last thing I saw that the Epic store or the Epic that actually produces Fortnite, they're now giving a big like FU to all the storefronts like Steam, Microsoft, and any other ones that they have.
Steam
Like
for life.
right. So instead of them charging, so like every time you would sell a game, Steam will collect a fee, like for them to kind of host it there.
Yeah.
So Epic is no longer doing that. So what they're going to end up doing is now the first $1 million, for example, if you're a startup company
Yeah.
and you have a sale, the first $1 million is free, 0%. but then after that, it's only 12%, which is way less than what other people are charging. Which
I
that
think
helps.
that most.
That
I think
helps,
that Steam
though.
also has that $1 million threshold too. Like that's. Listen, I don't trust.
You could be right.
They
but
never do that shit out of the kindness of their own heart. There's always an ulterior motive.
No, 1000%. So I don't know what the other ones kind of do,
Yeah.
but I just thought it was interesting just seeing like we're talking about how game industries are collapsing. Like if you saw a lot of news, like prices are increasing, and then a lot of software providers or game providers, they're laying off people. They're
That's
like
not because they're not profitable. That's
no,
greed.
being greed. No, it
Yeah,
is.
like, it's just
They're
greedy.
trying to keep their margins.
No, it is. It
Yeah.
is. So it's like they're saying like, hey, for us to make another extra $1 billion, we get rid of these.
For who?
Well,
For the people who don't do
themselves.
anything, not the people that make the games.
No,
There's the people who
100.
fucking collect, just sit on their fucking asses and collect money.
Right.
Get out of here. Ooh, it costs so much money to make games. Cut your salary, you fucking asshole.
No, they can't do that.
You know, we got shareholders. Fuck a shareholder.
Chat, in case you were wondering, Miguel is very pro capitalism.
Absolutely. I think we should capitalistically produce more and more guillotines. Or guillotines, however you fucking want to pronounce it.
Why are you trying to be like me? Stop changing the word.
I'll be honest, I can't remember which pronunciation it is for some reason.
It's guillotine.
That's what I thought.
Anywho, Ed, I hear you have a story for us.
Oh.
You,
I will
you-
I need to grab a beer.
oh, yeah. You better get. You
Yeah,
better get.
you know what?
We are the
Two.
professional transition crew, by the
Get
way.
two.
So
Get two.
smooth. So
Yeah,
smooth.
you should
And
get a
I'm
shot.
smooth. I did that smoother than last time. So come on.
So I think we're just gonna. I don't know if Miguel can hear us. Here goes him
No,
running.
we got to see it. We have to see his face when you're talking about.
I can hear you.
Yeah, it's not good enough.
I go to my beer.
So we need
We
an
need full
intermission.
Well, yeah, the intermission. You know,
We need a full frontal, Miguel.
Yeah, right.
That's that.
Hey, we gotta see. You gotta see everyone's reaction to this.
Do not request that because he will do it.
Please, not on Twitch. We can get us banned.
I think get me banned on fucking
And YouTube. Yeah, you can't show nudity on YouTube. And nude. I said
unless
nude.
it's a medical
You can't. Yo,
context.
hold on. Are you
YouTube?
In medical context.
Wait, that's a great. Does that exist?
What is it? Was it?
Nude tube? Does that exist?
Oh hell yeah, it does.
I just made up a new word.
It's a red tube.
No, actually, the actual word nude tube.
So all right.
Yeah.
So this started on Saturday. So as you know, Fredo came up. He went to get his haircut. He gets the haircut where I get my haircut. And Fredo, when he came in, he's like, "Yo." So I was at the. What's that? Go ahead.
From Spain. Estrella Damm. Spanish beer.
Oh,
Where I'll be deported to
Oh.
soon.
I think I've had
Make
that.
Miguel, when you come to my house, remind me to give you that to let you taste the Aruba beer.
That was going real dangerous. Want me to let you taste? I was like,
Wow,
what the fuck?
wow.
So
Miguel's getting excited though.
yeah, I know.
that went south real quick,
and,
literally.
and this leads into the segue. so
Now that's a transition.
yeah,
There
that's
we
a
go.
good transition.
I'm looking at the topic, and I'm just like, Ezra, try to be a progressive man. Let's not try to be a Dominican when we talk about this, okay? Try to be an open person, an accepting person, because I am already scared about what the words are going to come out of your fucking mouth right now in this story. I don't want to hear any Spanish words beginning with M. First of all,
No. No. So, all right, let me tell you the story. So, Fredo gets his haircut. He comes back, right? And then Fredo Sims like, yeah, I was getting my haircut. I'm talking to the barber and everything. And I'm like, okay. And then he's like, yeah, and he's like, yeah, when I went out to eat with Edric, I was like, Edric's gay friend. And he's like, yeah, he was there. He was talking. And he's like, yeah, I was talking to his gay friend. I hope he doesn't think that, like, I was trying to hit on him. I'm like, and then Fredo's like, gay friend? It's like, I know Edric all my life. He's never had a gay friend. Then I
he
turned
is a
around.
gay friend.
Then he turned around. He's like, can you describe him, who it was? He's like, well, and then he starts describing him, and he said, and then Fredo says, does he travel? And he's like, yeah. Has he gone to Japan and Colombia? He said, yeah. He was like, is that Miguel? He's like, Miguel ain't gay. He's like, Miguel's not gay at all. then I was like, then hold on. Then Karen, that same day, she went to take Marcus with her to get a haircut. And then he's having the same conversation with her. And then Karen was like, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah, the gay. It's like, Edric doesn't have any gay people that went there. And then when he started talking to her, then she realized he was talking about you, Miguel. And I was like, okay, what happened that I didn't see? And then Alfredo was like, no, Miguel is 100% not gay. Like, trust me. He's like, no, because he's like, then he turned around and he was like, no, I just didn't know because he was like nice. And then he's like, I don't know.
Miguel, you're too
like he was acting a little bit like I don't know.
You were
flamboyant?
You
I
were
was
flamboyant.
happy. He was happy.
Yeah, I don't know. And then he's like,
Miguel was
as
like,
he's getting the drink.
I just love this beer. It's so me.
Oh my god, this beer is the best.
It's so fruity.
Do you smell it? So right, so when he says that, I'm laughing. I'm like, wow. And then Alfredo told him, he's like, no, Miguel's cool. No, Miguel's not like that. He was like, oh, okay, great.
Miguel's cool. Miguel's not like that. What does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know. We're gonna have to interview Alfredo on one of our podcasts.
Maybe we should get your barber on here.
Cool?
Where's your barber?
No. So there's nothing wrong with the gay people, but the problem is that
There's anything wrong with that.
no. The problem was that how he pegged you as gay, and I'm like, what?
To me as gay, huh?
I mean, think about it. Yo, he said your gay friend, and I was like, who? What the fuck are you talking about?
Did you hit Miguel? Did you hit on him? What happened here? What's going
What
on?
happened? What was the transition like?
Well groomed and like you savages.
Yeah, he was. He was going.
Miguel and the barber had a private moment in the men's room.
That's what
Barber, by the
happened.
way. Who was this? I don't even know who this was.
I was
The one
wondering what
with
the
the beard.
hole was doing there in the
The
stall.
beard. He was sitting on
Oh
my
my
side.
God, Louis.
The one who paid half price.
What kind of bar are you going to?
It was some hole in the wall.
Glory hole.
There was a hole in the wall in Patterson.
Mistake. That was a mistake.
So
Mistake.
fucking loud.
It still
So
starts
fucking
with a. It starts with a P. So
loud. I don't know how you Dominicans. You must have like extra strength eardrums. How are you not all deaf? Jesus Christ!
what? Can't hear you.
It's like we'd
Oh
like
my
to
God.
not hear a single word of conversation for 4
Alright,
straight
can't hear you.
hours.
The music is like the speakers right next to you. They have like 30.
Oh my God!
The place is like not even 1,000 square feet, and they have like more than 300 speakers pointing every direction. And you're like, what? What you say?
It's like the owner says, "What kind of speakers you want to put in this place?" Yes.
Yeah.
So we.
You have to literally like you have to stand next to somebody and you have to text them to communicate because you are not hearing a word they're saying.
Facts.
I lost about 25 years of hearing, definitely. So, one night.
Oh my God.
Seriously.
So at work, we end up having another debate. I know this isn't listed on the topics, but my work debates tend to be hot topics here on this podcast. So the question was asked, who would win, 100 men or 1 gorilla?
This is not a work topic. This is the entire internet's topic.
Yeah,
Why are you
okay, no,
pretending
but
like
no,
it's not
no,
all over
but
the internet?
no. So yeah, I was gonna say this is definitely a question you guys heard before, like the same thing.
Yeah.
I
mean,
100
right now,
duck-sized
it's
horses or 1 horse-sized duck or whatever. It's the same type of question. But I'm curious to hear your guys' first answer because the answer to that question wasn't really what was debated. It was came after that. But like first, let's hear the answers to that. Like who's gonna win, 100 men or a gorilla?
100 men.
Okay.
Now, hold
I
on.
agree. I agree. 100 men.
Okay, you talking about like hand-to-hand combat?
Hand to hand, no weapons.
Okay, 100
No
men
blade,
at one
no blades,
time?
no.
100 men at one time.
100 men at one time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if they're all fit, right? We're not talking about like.
I
we're
think
not-
even
we're-
100
we're-
unfit men can do it.
We're not talking about 100 Lewises.
You only need 10 of me.
Exactly.
That
100%.
motherfucker's going down.
One way or another.
He's going down. All right. I played Donkey Kong growing up. He's going down. All right.
This is fucking throwing barrels.
Don't give away my secrets, man. Come on.
Barrels and one sledgehammer.
Yeah.
See my power ups. That's it. I'm good.
All right. So here's where the debate got interesting. one guy, kind of like what just Lewis just said, but even I won't say worse, but even lower number. He said he was like, "Oh, I have absolutely 100 men." He's like, "The gorilla's only going to be able to take out 5 men before it gets overtaken," and that's
If they
where we
swarm,
start.
if the men swarm, yeah.
I still don't think. I'm thinking closer to the number like 20. That the gorilla will take out probably 20, if not more, men before it gets overcome.
He's gonna severely injure some on the initial attack. So
Yeah, there's gonna be
Yeah.
some sacrifices, of course.
Yeah, there'll be some death.
There's definitely going to be
There's gonna be
death.
some death. Yeah.
I just think that with certainty he was saying only like 5. He was like and about I think he said like
That's
more people get
the
injured.
first few
but
are
like
the meat
5
shield.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah,
a
but-
lot about meat shield, so I know.
Here's my point of view. The gorilla can take a lot of damage. Like even if there's 15. Here's the other thing. There's no way 100 men could be hitting on the gorilla at one time.
Exactly.
You're,
And probably
you're only got
if
like
you-
10 to 15 people around it hitting at it one time.
If
If
that.
you
If
pile
that.
it like a swarm of bees, you're probably going to lose some guys just getting suffocated to death under the pile just to kill the gorilla.
Not
You
to
probably lose
mention
some guys that way.
the people that are on the bottom that like the gorilla lands on are gonna have some broken bones probably.
So
Yeah.
it's like even one, we have to assume that this gorilla is hyper aggressive. So even while they're swarming, it's attacking and. Let's
But you'll
face
get
it,
overrun so fast.
Yes, you are, but gorillas one-shotting people.
Hmm.
At least the first few swings, it's crushing
Yeah.
skulls.
Mhm.
And let's not forget his bite. His bite is freaking tearing chunks off, or whatever.
Hmm.
And like at the same time, even if it's not swinging to crush your skull, it's grabbing you, and you're ragdoll after that. You're getting flung, not like
But can
100
it-
feet or
if
anything
it
like that. But you're
has-
still getting
if it
ragdoll.
can fling somebody or swing when you got 3 people on an arm, like you're restricting the movement. So can it, like can it throw somebody when it's getting tackled, or depends how organized and how they swarm the people. It may not be able to execute a lot of those maneuvers if it's already getting swarmed.
Like I said, it will get overcome and get swarmed, but I think a lot more people are getting either killed
How many do you
or
think?
severed. I stand by my number, like 20 to 30 people
20 to 30.
are getting
So
taken out.
I asked
Yeah,
ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT the question, and
Yeah.
and Dave, you're right. It said exactly what you just said. It says that there's going to be some injury, and same thing what you said, Miguel, injury
Yeah,
and
of course.
death. And it actually says that if you have to be really, really strategic and the way you're going to go after them, due to the fact that a silverback gorilla is suggested to be 4 to 9 times stronger than a human, with a bite force, speed, and agility to match.
So then, if it's
They can
4 to 9
live-
times stronger,
they
you just
can
need 9
live-
people. Done. We win.
They can lift over 1,800 pounds and have powerful arms for
yeah.
grappling.
But they're pure muscle. That's why.
Yeah.
100% freaking muscle.
They'll like
I-
bench
I
press
even
10
show-
people at
I-
a time.
I even showed Byron,
Yeah, so
the guy
it's-
that I work with, a shaved chimpanzee. I was like, look how muscular the chimpanzee is. Now,
Yeah.
a gorilla is like 10 times that.
Remember back in the early 2000s and 90s, people would have these things as pets, and they'll end up fucking cheering their fucking owners because whatever, they'll just
Yep.
a rogue and fucking.
There's a documentary about it on Netflix. I forget the name of it.
Yeah, the one we got like her face ripped off.
So
Yeah.
here's the conclusion from our boy from ChatGPT. It says
Our
possibly-
First of all,
possibly
boy.
our boy,
Chat. Our
Chat.
boy Chet.
Chat, our boy Chat. He's from the chat.
Chat plus.
He says
You look at
possibly, but
ChatGPT?
massive casualties and under a very special conditions that humans would win.
But wait, is this
The
the
thing is
deep
this.
reasoning model?
first
Or
of
it's
all,
just-
I'm just using the other AI
again,
model.
ChatGPT does not think; it just regurgitates the internet. So it has no better insight than what we say.
so it's like
No. But I'm just saying that at least
Yeah.
what we just said, it actually
Yeah,
makes sense. Like, yeah, it is possible.
or
But is
you,
it-
you can also ask Perplexity. You probably get this same result.
Sure. Ask Gemini; it'll say yes. The humans will win with just one.
It would say error. Try next
404.
week. Try tomorrow. Try it in 24 hours. Fuck. If I wasn't, if I would have to pay for Gemini, I would fucking I don't know what to do. I got it for free because of my Pixel. But man,
That's
it's
pay me to use Gemini. Like it is the
It's
worst.
horrible.
It is.
I was
horrible.
thinking about not paying for ChatGPT, but I use it so much for like other things that I'm like,
started-
I started paying for it about a month ago.
Yeah,
I pay
and-
for it just for translation alone. It's been
Right.
fucking
No,
amazing.
No, you're right.
I pay for it for work. I use it to help me with documents at work.
Well, I guess we're gonna fire you and just hire ChatGPT then. Don't ever admit that. Don't
Yeah.
ever admit you use it for work. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
He's a more efficient employee.
Can't run an operation. It's not a majority of my
Don't
job.
say that.
The
Don't say that.
administrative stuff of my job is
When
what
it
I use.
turns
Listen,
into
just
an
because it
agentic-
can't doesn't mean they won't try to replace you anyway. So never admit it. Listen, management is usually not too smart. You know, they're just like, yeah, we can cut here. It'll work out. You know.
And then it bites them in the ass down the line. Oh, we
Mhm.
just need to hire more cheaper
Yeah.
labor.
I think Ed just wants to bite me in the ass.
Gorilla style.
Wow.
Um,
This went south
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
South,
Yo,
south of my
What-
belt line.
So out of these 4 screens that we see here, right? Where's Miguel? Point. You, David. What side of the screen is he on?
Bottom right.
David's
Bottom right. That's what you
No.
have to look like to bite you in the ass. Bottom right. Apparently. Apparently, he's my gay friend.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, we have any other topics?
Yes,
I
we
don't think
do.
so, right?
Yeah, we talked
do?
about. Yeah, remember you wrote it down. You wanted to talk about the Rogaine.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Miguel definitely needs it.
Hell yeah, he needs it.
Take off that
I
hat,
don't-
Miguel.
I don't need it.
Take off the hat. You need it. Go ahead, show
No,
all the
I
fans.
don't mean I don't have
Show
male
Chip-
pattern baldness. I mean, I mean I don't care.
His opinion on this. Can you guys convince him, please?
So look, I'm gonna be
Definitely not.
honest with you. I started using it, right? So
Yeah.
I started using it since November, and I was
We need
to the
before.
point.
Did you take progress pics?
I did. No,
You have
I
to
took.
take progress
No,
pics.
but I have pictures. I have pictures of it before I did it into where it is right now. This whole thing is full, right? Like my whole top. The problem was I was so focusing up here that I was leaving this back here with no hair, so it looked kind of weird. And then Karen said, "It's like I think you should start placing it in the back." So I started doing that about a month ago. So
But
it's
I
now starting to
remember-
grow.
I thought when I looked at the bottle for Rogaine, 'cause they sell it at Costco.
Yeah.
It said like it only can help with like I think here, but not here. And it was some
No,
weird thing.
it's actually starting to grow in. Like Karen, I asked Karen, and I actually saw a picture that I took of my head, and it's actually darker here. So it's like I
I mean,
think
and
within the next
try-
2 months is gonna come back. But the only thing that sucks, right? So it's cool, but it's like a product that you currently have to wear. It's like it's a
You
forever
can break
thing.
it off of it. You can
Yeah,
never stop taking
you
it.
can never stop taking it. Yeah. So it's like
Yeah.
it's to the point that every time I see there's a sale on it, I'll just buy it to keep it in stock, so I can
Yeah.
have it. So I don't have to worry about
So
it.
you have to use it for life, huh?
For life. If you want to
Yeah.
keep the hair, you have to use it for life. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean it's not.
Where is it made?
I don't know. That shit in here.
How
Probably
how come
China.
you didn't try like one of the pills or like one of the stronger stuff? Because that's
Oh,
like not the strongest
so-
thing right now.
So my cousin, she's a doctor, right? And she actually, she's her specialty now is for hair implants and all that stuff. And she told me like, hey, you just pay for the supplies, I'll do it for free, right? Like pay for like all the medical stuff that all the expenses to do it, and and she'll do it for free for me. And
She's
I was
a hair
like,
doctor?
yeah. So
What was she going to charge you then?
no, I don't know whatever the cost would be. Like so, like for the
Why didn't you
donated
ask?
hair.
The fuck?
No, I
This is
did. I
expensive.
did. So she was here in November, and as she saw my hair, and she's like, dude, she looked at me. She's like, you don't need it right now. She's like, try this, and then talk to me in 3 months. And if you don't see an increase or you don't see a difference, then we'll talk about. Then you have to come down to me, fly down to DR, and then I'll do the whole analysis and see what it is, and then I'll say, hey, it's going to cost you maybe $2,000 or $1,000 or some shit like that, whatever it's going to be.
Starting turkey prices.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's for them is a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? so I was like, yeah, no problem. And then I touched bases with her like 3.5 months later, and I said, hey, I saw a huge difference. She's like, yeah, it's like you just have to keep using it, But the day that you don't want to, spend that money and you don't want to keep doing it, we could definitely do it, right? But she's like, I would just suggest just keep using it until you don't see a difference and it stops working, right? And then then you do it if you really want it. And I was like, that does make sense. It's like I'm paying for a 3-month supply. I'm paying maybe like $50-$60 for 3-month supply, which is very inexpensive.
That's not bad.
That's not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's inexpensive. And then what I'm doing is I see a lot of times that it's on sale. I'll just buy another one just to have it. Like I could just have
Where
enough.
are you buying from?
Amazon.
I'm just curious what it compares to like the Costco prices because fuck Amazon, but whatever.
No. I got you. No, I got you. I was actually looking.
Sorry, Dave.
He's like, what the fuck, man?
I was gonna look at Costco or even any of these other spots that have it to see what's the cost. Yeah. Like what's the difference between it? But yeah, I mean it's been working, man. I think honestly, the thing is you can't be wearing hats, right? It's a thing
I'm
that
just lazy. I'm just like,
but-
like maintenance is
You
hard.
no,
shampoo your hair anyway.
I know that's true.
But the thing is that it is so simple. You take a shower, you dry your hair, you put this in your hair, and then you go to sleep. You wake up in the morning, don't do anything to it. Don't put a hat on unless you have to go on camera or something like that, right? That you want to wear a hat if you have to put a camera on for work, or if you don't, then
I wear a hat to the gym every day though.
I mean,
like
you
to work out in a
can.
hat.
No, but you can wear a hat,
You
but
don't
not all the
have
time.
to.
Yeah, like I still wear my
What
hat.
does it say? Don't wear a hat? Does it say that in the directions?
No. She's telling me is because like your hair needs to fucking mic stand.
Did that just punch you in the face?
Yeah, no, fucking fell my fucking.
Oh, it tried to grab your boob. Huh?
Yeah,
Mm.
and no, it's the whole point. As you know how they say like your hair needs to like breathe and kind of like let it go.
That's a myth, but okay.
Right. Anyway, I just don't do it. Like I wear a hat when I don't do my hair and I'm going out to the streets, and then I wear a hat.
In the
And,
streets.
yeah. Well, I don't go anywhere. This is my hood right here. And anyway, it's been working. I just looked at it. They have it in it's like I think I see here it's a Kirkland brand, and it's like about $50.
For how much? What's the supply? How long?
6 months it says.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, that
Well,
is- that
might as
is-
well try for that.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, you just got to be. The whole thing is consistency. Like you have to do it. Like I can tell you right now, when I went to Aruba, I didn't take it with me. So I
Why?
had because I just didn't want to deal with this. I know I was gonna be in the pool and the beach every single day. Why am I getting to bother? So I just didn't bring it just for 4 days. And when I got home, I put it in my system. I didn't lose any hair. I didn't like wake up with hair on my fucking bed, like shedding like a fucking dog and shit. None of that shit happened. It was perfect, and I just kept putting it back on.
Yeah, I give it a shot. Probably. I go to Costco enough that I can just pick up a 6 months. Apparently, a 6 month supply for $50. I can just pick it up in my next Costco trip
Yeah.
There you go.
and then never use it.
Probably. And then you can just give it
We're
to
gonna
me.
have to set daily reminders for Miguel just to pester him. Put it on.
It's like before we game today. Did he do your regiment? No gaming for you.
I wish it was like a combo, like
No,
hair
no,
growth
no.
and hair dye to make my hair darker. Because the grays also are a problem for me. Can I mix them together with some hair dye? All right. Well. That's
So-
good then.
I have a story.
Oh,
I have a story.
wow! This came out of nowhere.
Story time with Louis.
Why I
Shall I get another beer?
figure. Nah, it's gonna be a quick story. I
All right.
figure, hey, in closing, we're gonna go out with a small story. This is from
Okay.
work, so it's not nothing too crazy.
I feel like I'm about to hear a parable from Jesus. That's not Jesus. The fuck?
It is now. So we've been having this chronic problem at work at our office, right? We kept hearing critters. It sounds like they're running around the drop ceiling. So we kept telling the landlord, hey, there's something going on up there. We think it's squirrels, whatever it is. So we actually found a hole
Squirrels?
on the outside of the building. Yeah, there was squirrels outside of the building, like by the bushes and stuff. We were thinking they were crawling up the wall, and they were going into the front facade or whatever. And they were going inside. They're probably nesting in there. And this has been going on like for a while. Like we're talking like end of fall, like beginning of winter when it started getting cold and everything. So we've been complaining about this for months. Like, hey, listen, like he's probably causing a lot of damage up there. He's probably chewing on stuff. We keep hearing him running back and forth. So finally, today, he finally does something about it. He hires his company to come out, and they're going all the way around the building. It's a decent-sized building. It's like we're sharing tenants, so it's about 10,000 square feet. Decent-sized building. They're going around the whole perimeter. They're finding all the holes. They're patching them, and so by the time they finish up, and he comes to us and he's like, "Hey, we finally got the holes patched up, so you guys shouldn't have any problems anymore." First question I asked him, like, did did they make sure that the squirrels were out first before they closed it? So
That's exactly what I was thinking while you're
We're
saying
gonna
the
get
story.
back to that.
Yeah, of course.
We're gonna get back to this, okay? So he's like, his words, not mine. He goes, "Who cares? Fuck the squirrels." And I'm like, "Okay, if they die, it's gonna smell, and then you got to deal with that problem." So, anyways, so. Like I said, he was like so excited about it, like he was so proud, like they finally got it done after so much time has gone by that we've been complaining about it. So he's like, "Oh yeah, come outside and take a look at it. They did a really good job." I'm like, "Okay." So we go outside, and yeah, they kind of did a nice little patchwork, whatever. They didn't match the color to the front of the building. It's still curing. Okay, so it's still dark,
Okay,
and they
so
said,
maybe.
"Oh, they're like, oh, we're gonna come back and then we'll spray it and make it look similar to the rest of the building." I want to say not even 3 hours went by, not even, and we started hearing noises in the ceiling again. We're like, "Fuck, they're still inside. What the fuck's going on?" So I swear to God, we have a window in our office, and half the time they run back and forth in the windowsill, and through the mini blinds all you see is this little bushy tail keep going back and forth in the windowsill. And so he's like, the squirrel looks like he's he's like, "Shit, I'm homeless, what the hell am I gonna do?" So we're laughing like, "Oh, like this poor squirrel," and like, and the owner's just like, he goes, "What do you mean poor squirrel?" Like he was trying to say, "Oh, I had to spend all this money to fix it." Instead he's like, "Well, poor me instead." Whatever. So finally we're laughing because the squirrel, I swear to God, we must have been laughing so hard he must have heard us. He dead stops in the middle of the window and looks in between the blinds, and he's just like staring at us like, "You motherfuckers, you have no idea what you just done." About a half hour later, our partner leaves, and he's walking out, and he calls. He goes, "You guys are not going to believe this," and he sends a picture. Like, I think you really pissed that squirrel off." So let me share this picture. So you
Oh,
guys,
man.
so chat can see, right? All
If
right,
you didn't have this picture ready to go, I was gonna be real fucking mad.
yeah, well, that's why I was
I was
looking
gonna be
down on my
real
phone when
fucking mad.
you guys were finishing up that story. I'm like,
All right.
let me get this ready so we can wrap things up. So first things first, let me like, I have the picture of the squirrel like just staring at us through the window. So I'm gonna show this one first just to kind of set the mood. Where's the window? Here it is. Share. This is Mr. Squirrel.
Oh wow,
He's
there
just
he is there.
he's just
He really
eyeing
is
us
there.
up, saying he's like, "You motherfuckers, watch."
With the car behind him, he looks huge. Like the
Right,
person.
yeah.
He looks like that's a huge
Yo,
squirrel.
he's like, this is like, that's pure vengeance on his face. He's like, that's it. That's it. He's like, my father, like, he's sitting next to me. He's like, when we leave here tonight, he might set the building on fire. I'm like, he might shit on our cars. He might be doing that right now. I don't know what kind of,
It'll be
I don't
small
know,
shit.
I don't know what vengeance squirrels are capable of. So, as he's walking out,
You're gonna drop
our-
some nuts on your head.
probably. So our employee takes a picture of this and he sends. He goes, "Well, 100%, that squirrel's pissed. Take a look at this."
What the fuck?
He fucking ripped through it.
That's hilarious.
Now that looks like it's from the inside out,
Yeah.
kinda.
What
So-
the fuck?
So like
In 3 hours?
He
Damn.
just looked pissed. He was pissed. So I don't know if he had babies in there or she had babies in there. I don't know the gender of the squirrel, but I don't know if that was the mom.
They,
If that
them.
was the dad. I didn't tell him to turn his head and cough. I didn't get that far. Unfortunately, we're all leaving for the day. But this was the aftermath of after they passed. And again, you see how it's like a different color from the rest of the building.
Yeah.
So again, it was still curing, and they were going to come back the next day and they were going to paint it. So we send this over to the landlord and say, "Hey, you got a problem here." And we send it to him, and he goes, "What happened?" He's like, "We think we hear squirrels running around up in the ceiling again." He's like, "No way." I'm like, "Yeah." And then the employee left. He takes his picture, and we're all looking at it like, "Holy shit! Look at the size of that freaking hole." So we sent it to him, and he's like cursing. He goes, "God damn it! I gotta call him to go back there again. We're supposed to come back and paint it. Now they gotta redo it again. Son of a bitch!" Dude, he was so proud of the work that was done when this was all patched up, as you see here. Like he kind of like he tried to make it match.
Yeah.
He did a shit job.
It's not the greatest, yeah, 100%. Like because it's on the seam. It's on two seams.
I'm saying it because it broke right away. He didn't reinforce it with a freaking use plywood in the back or something.
I remember when he was doing this, right? He was using the mud, he was using the plaster, and then he was using the mesh. Like you're trying to patch up some drywall, and I'm looking at that. I'm like, that's not a metal mesh. One, because obviously they chew through stuff, and I see him just putting up. He's just just spreading the mud around. I'm like, that's really thin. I don't think that's gonna last very long. Sure enough, not even 3 hours later, there it is. That's the aftermath.
American made.
Jesus.
So yeah, that's the story in closing. We had a
All right.
Squirrel Gate 2025 apparently.
There we go. All right.
That's it. Be my people. Thank you so much for the
All right.
cast for today.
We
The
might-
podcast.
Yep,
We
yep.
might game with Lewis's account after this.
Yep.
If anybody wants to.
I
But,
might
yep.
later. I'll let you guys know, but not
Alright.
right away.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you
we'll
guys
see you
next
guys
Thank you guys.
next
Louis,
week.
Louis, promise
We may
next
have a
week.
change of date. We may have a change of
Yeah.
date.
Louis,
Yeah,
Louis,
we
next
may have
week
a
can
change
you? We would definitely need an update because I want to see him fix it and they fuck it up again. It'll be a fucking
Yes.
classic thing.
We're gonna do an update next week about this to see how this transpires because I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm assuming they're gonna figure this out because after asking them whether he was there, he was still in there or not. I think we have our answer. So we'll do
All
an
right.
update.
Thank you
All
all.
right. Thanks for
Appreciate
joining
it.
us. See you next week.
See
Have
you.
a good one, guys.
Peace.
Peace out.